Chinese culture embraces the contradiction of the yin and the yang, the lightness and the darkness and the light. My name is Agatha Yu. I was born in Hong Kong to an American father and British mother. After my mother went missing, I was primarily raised by my nanny, Ling Yu, whose name and culture I would eventually adopt as my own. Now I'm a missing persons detective.
Country club background, rich, well-connected daddy, only child, debutante. It's almost like reading your file.
I wasn't a debutante.
Stint in Millbrook facility. I bet you can relate to that. I bet she's medicated. You want to put some money on it? How about a 20?
I thought you'd be taller. Thank you for coming down, Mrs. Costello. I'm Detective Yu.
Detective Yu. This is Albert Shapiro. He's here in an advisory capacity.
Silent advisor. Handy. Please, have a seat. Coffee, water, martini?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Pristine Costello. I'm gonna call you Pristine.
Certainly,
A lot of weight in that name.
I guess. Not as much as being an only child, and a girl no less. Can be quite
Suffocating.
Suffocating, yes. You're an only child too.
But not a politician's wife.
Is that why I'm here?
Toni Atkins. Are you acquainted with her?
She works for my husband.
Yes, well, she worked for your husband. He let her go yesterday.
He did?
She's missing, Mrs. Costello.
Oh.
What time did your husband get home last night?
Around 10:30.
Did you wonder why he was home so late?
He said he had a Boy Scout banquet. It's always some function or other.
What is the nature of your husband's relationship with Toni?
I'm not stupid, Detective. Sometimes it's just easier to pretend. Put the blinders on, as my mother says.
How long have you known about the affair?
Next question, Detective.
You spent time at the Millbrook facility. Was that for addiction or?
A skiing injury. It left me addicted to painkillers. And I guess I need a rest from my addiction.
Where were you yesterday afternoon?
A meeting for SCAVA. Until 6.
Scala.
SCAVA. Stop the kidnapping and abuse of women in Africa.
Where'd you go after your Scala meeting? Pristine, I'm betting if I get a warrant to go through your closet, I'm gonna find a size 8.5 shoe with mud residue that matches the mud outside of Toni's.
I went to Toni's to confront her about my husband.
But your husband was already there.
Yes. And her boyfriend.
Come on, Dan. Not worth it.
They were arguing.
We beat each other to a pulp and then what?
Stop it.
What are you doing with this guy?
You don't understand.
What's to understand?
You're never here.
What did you do?
I went home. And trashed his den like a 5-year-old.
Did you confront him directly?
My leverage in the marriage is not what it used to be, Detective.
What do you think happened to Toni?
All I know is that Richard and her boyfriend were there when I left.
Do you think your husband is capable of kidnapping or murder?
Any more questions, Detective?
All done. Thank you for your time, Pristine.
Richard could make me feel small and insignificant. What he did brought out all my worst fears about trust and security. But he's not capable of hurting anyone. Is it okay if I go now?
I like your bracelet.
Oh, thank you.
Where'd you get it?
It was a gift for my husband.
The bracelet.
Circumstantial.
You bring her back in, the husband and the mute will be on you like flies on you.